Please like the video and share it so that it reaches many more people and you get sawaba, or rewards from Allah. This could be a sawabe jariyah or continuous reward for you long after you are gone.
Volume 5, Book 59, number 362. Narrated by Ibn Umar. Bani in Nadir and Bani Qurayza fought against the Prophet, violating their peace treaty. So the Prophet exiled Bani in Nadir and allowed Bani Qurayza to remain at their places, in Medina, taking nothing from them till they fought against the Prophet again. He then killed their men and distributed their women, children and property among the Muslims, but some of them came to the Prophet, and he granted them safety, and they embraced Islam. He exiled all the Jews from Medina. They were the Jews of Bani Qaynuqa, the tribe of Abdullah bin Salam, and the Jews of Bani Haritha, and all the other Jews of Medina. Volume 5, Book 59, number 363. Narrated by Said bin Jubair. I mentioned to Ibn Abbas Surat Hash. He said, call it Surat an-Nadir. Volume 5, Book 59, number 364. Narrated by Anas bin Malik. Some people used to allot some date palm trees to the Prophet as gift till he conquered Banu Qurayza and Bani an-Nadir, whereupon he started returning their date palms to them. Volume 5, Book 59, number 365. Narrated by Ibn Umar. Allah's apostle had the date palm trees of Bani al-Nadir burnt and cut down at a place called al-Bawira. Allah then revealed, what you cut down of the date palm trees of the enemy, or you left them standing on their stems. It was by Allah's permission. 59.5. Volume 5, Book 59, number 366. Narrated by Ibn Umar. The Prophet burnt the date palm trees of Bani and Nadir. Hassan bin Thabit said the following poetic verses about this event. The terrible burning of al-Bawira has been received indifferently by the nobles of Bani Lu'ay, the masters and nobles of Quraysh. Abu Sufyan bin al-Harith, i.e. the Prophet's cousin who was still a disbeliever then, replied to Hassan, saying in poetic verses, may Allah bless that burning and set all its, i.e. Medina's, parts on burning fire. You will see who is far from it, i.e. al-Bawira, and which of our lands will be harmed by it, i.e. the burning of al-Bawira. Volume 5, Book 59, number 367. Narrated by Malik bin Aus al-Hadithan an-Nasri. That once, Umar bin al-Khattab called him, and while he was sitting with him, his gatekeeper, Ja'far, came and said, will you admit, Uthman, Abdur Rahman bin Auf, Azed Zubair and Sa'd bin Abi Waqqas, who are waiting for your permission? Umar said, yes, let them come in. After a while, Ja'far came again and said, will you admit, Ali and Abbas, who are asking your permission? Umar said, yes. So, when the two entered, Abbas said, O chief of the believers, judge between me and this, i.e., Ali. Both of them had a dispute regarding the property of Bani and Nadir, which Allah had given to his apostle as fi, i.e. booty gained without fighting. Ali and Abbas started reproaching each other. The present people, i.e., Uthman and his companions, said, O chief of the believers, give your verdict in their case and relieve each from the other. Umar said, wait, I beseech you, by Allah, by whose permission both the heaven and the earth stand fast. Do you know that Allah's apostle said, we, prophets, our properties are not to be inherited, and whatever we leave, is to be spent in charity, and he said it about himself. They, i.e., Uthman and his company, said, he did say it. Umar then turned towards Ali and Abbas and said, I beseech you both, by Allah, do you know that Allah's apostle said this? They replied in the affirmative. He said, now I am talking to you about this matter. Allah the Glorified favored his apostle with something of this Fi, i.e. booty won without fighting, which he did not give to anybody else. Allah said, and what Allah gave to his apostle, Fi, booty, from them, for which you made no expedition with either cavalry or camelry. But Allah gives power to his apostles over whomsoever he will, and Allah is able to do all things. 59.6. So this property was especially granted to Allah's apostle. But by Allah, the Prophet neither took it all for himself only, nor deprived you of it, but he gave it to all of you and distributed it amongst you, till only this remained out of it. And from this Allah's apostle used to spend the yearly maintenance for his family, and whatever used to remain, he used to spend it where Allah's property is spent, i.e. in charity. Allah's apostle kept on acting like that during all his life. Then he died, and Abu Bakr said, I am the successor of Allah's apostle. So he, i.e. Abu Bakr, took charge of this property and disposed of it, in the same manner as Allah's apostle used to do, and all of you, at that time, knew all about it. Then, Umar turned towards Ali and Abbas and said, you both remember that Abu Bakr disposed of it in the way you have described, and Allah knows that, in that matter, he was sincere, pious, rightly guided and the follower of the right. Then Allah caused Abu Bakr to die, and I said, I am the successor of Allah's apostle and Abu Bakr. So I kept this property in my possession for the first 2 years of my rule, i.e. caliphate, and I used to dispose of it in the same way as Allah's apostle and Abu Bakr used to do. And Allah knows that I have been sincere, pious, rightly guided and the follower of the right. In this matter later on both of you, i.e. Ali and Abbas, came to me, and the claim of you both was one and the same. O Abbas, you also came to me. So I told you both that Allah's apostle said, our property is not inherited, but whatever we leave is to be given in charity. Then when I thought that I should better hand over this property to you both, or the condition that you will promise and pledge before Allah that you will dispose it off in the same way as Allah's apostle and Abu Bakr did, and as I have done since the beginning of my caliphate, or else you should not speak to me about it. So, both of you said to me, hand it over to us on this condition. And on this condition I handed it over to you. Do you want me now to give a decision other than that decision? By Allah, with whose permission both the sky and the earth stand fast, I will never give any decision other than that decision, till the last hour is established. But if you are unable to manage it, i.e. that property, then return it to me, and I will manage on your behalf. The sub-narrator said, I told Urwa bin Az Zubair of this hadith, and he said, Malik bin Aus has told the truth. I heard Aisha, the wife of the Prophet, saying, the wives of the Prophet sent Uthman to Abu Bakr demanding from him their 1/8 of the fee which Allah had granted to his apostle. But I used to oppose them and say to them, will you not fear Allah? Don't you know that the Prophet used to say, our property is not inherited, but whatever we leave is to be given in charity. The Prophet mentioned that regarding himself. He added, the family of Muhammad can take their sustenance from this property. So the wives of the Prophet stopped demanding it when I told them of that. So, this property, of Sadaqah, was in the hands of Ali, who withheld it from Abbas and overpowered him. Then it came in the hands of Hassan bin Ali, then in the hands of Hussein bin Ali, and then in the hands of Ali bin Hussein and Hassan bin Hassan, and each of the last two used to manage it in turn. Then it came in the hands of Zayd bin Hassan, and it was truly the Sadaqah of Allah's apostle.